We are a collective of Mantids. I, speaking up front, am Eadtu, and I feel it is very important for the humans to take our messages seriously. We realize that this is challenging for some people to understand that they are a part of this evolution, but they are wasting their opportunities and they are ignoring the guidance that is being given to them from numerous reputable sources. It becomes frustrating to watch people ignore guidance and continue on a path that is non-beneficial for their souls. So we wish to convey this message with strength and fortitude to help them understand that this is very important to heed at this time.
Is there anything more that Kelly could be doing in addition to what she's doing already to help forward that message on to the appropriate humans that need to hear it at this time?
She will be receiving more information more frequently, and it is important for her to share that information as it is delivered so that the messages can be out in a timely manner.
So are you being prescriptive that when she feels the nudge to channel, to record it, and then to immediately release it?
Yes, that would be optimal for delivery, and it will allow people to hear the message time close to when it was delivered.
Okay. I'll certainly make sure she understands that. She does have some questions she asked me to ask. The first is she's collectively now channeling the Mantids on a more ongoing basis. Is it going to be a guest speaker intermittently coming through, or will it be one particular contact that she would naturally have more contact with to channel these messages when they occur?
There are numerous entities that she will be communicating with. There will not be a sole entity that will provide messages. There are different factions and divisions of mantids that will share different types of information with her so that she is able to share them. But there will not be a single entity contact. It will be numerous different mantids and usually a collective of 6 to 9 entities at any one given channel.
She's also curious about the group of mantis that are channeling through her. Is there anything more you'd like her to know about your collective?
Again, there are several different factions or groups that she will be working with. We have various specialties and various sites of visions that we wish to share. We are all in the ninth dimension, and we are all working to assist the human race with the conversion to the fifth dimension. It is something that a lot of different groups are taking part in so that we may be available if requested to assist. We are not forcing anything. We are simply offering guidance and assistance from a perspective that the humans are not able to access, which will allow them to see our given information and what dangers they could be encountering for themselves if they remain in that lower vibrational energy.
Are there any other actions that the Mantids are taking on Earth at this time, such as walking among us incognito?
There are mantids who are able to attain the shape of the human who have been working with your race for many years. It is a little known technology that they are trained over a period of time to be able to rearrange their molecular construction so that they are able to appear as a human and able to speak as a human. And they have been walking among you for some time now.
I've had 4 different encounters in the last 6 to 8 months with humans that were different, and the moments were very specific in terms of messages being delivered. Were any of those Mantids in incognito?
Yes, they were. You are very perceptive and able to understand the nuances of the shifted beings, and you will continue to have contact with them as you are out and moving around in public. It is something that you are attracted to their energy as they are attracted to your energy because of your high vibration. And it is something that you will be able to recognize more frequently as you get more attuned.
My very first energetic healing session was back over a decade ago, very closely to the start of my awakening. In that session, one of the things that surprised me beyond feeling the energy was my arms coming up in a pincer movement, almost like a mantid. Can you discuss what was going on there with me?
You were attuning to the energy of the mantis or mantids, depending on who was in contact with you. It is it is as though you are able to attract the energy, and you are also being shown different beings. You are having different visions and experiences because you will be one of the first that will have the official first contact as it is being more publicly known. You are having contact at this time, but it is in the spirit realm where it is not visible to others. As you continue to grow spiritually, it will become much more easy for you to have these interactions in your dimension.
Kelly had another question. What can you tell her about the tall goddess aspect?
The tall goddess aspect is a level of spiritual growth that she has attained. It simply means that a lot of the human characteristics that she used to exhibit are no longer a part of her personality. She is somewhat becoming like a mantid because she is able to take apart situations where others would be stuck on emotional facets of an experience, and she can see it from the upper realms and look down on it and see the pieces of it and how it fits together and find a solution that will be non-emotional and logical. However, many of the people that she tries to deliver these messages to are still stuck in the emotional state and do not understand that the benefit of this type of dissection of a situation is ultimately important because it will give them a solution much more quickly than if they were to work around it and go through the emotions and understand it. So the tall goddess aspect is simply the aspect that removes the emotion and removes the attachment of the human incarnation from the ability to reason and solve logical problems.
Understood. Kelly's final question was, will you be able to help her or will you be able to perform some form of a body scan on anybody that she is assisting if they should request that?
We are able to scan the body and we are able to offer healing as we have done with her wrist. However, it is important to understand that not all physical maladies may be healed because sometimes they are a part of the plan and they must be experienced in order for the soul to get the growth that it asked for by having that physical condition built into the plan.
Oh, I know that. Okay, so that makes sense. So, sorry, final question that we both share, which is a curiosity about med beds. Do you have any experience with that? And is there anything else you could tell us about the future coming of med beds?
The medbed is created by the human race. It is trying to be presented as something that is of the extraterrestrial origin, but that would be incorrect. It is created by the high level controlling humans with the intention of allowing people to believe it comes from out of your atmosphere. That is not correct. It is simply a belief that has been spread very well because we are hearing a lot of questions about the med beds, which are supposedly from an extraterrestrial race. I don't know the actual origin, but it is something that is being presented to you as another falsehood of your human control faction.
And would it be correct to assume that the reason why that is because once you attain your awake state and you're doing everything you can to maintain your highest level of vibration, you are your own med bed?
That is absolutely correct because high vibration heals everything. I also believe that the medbed is based on the Rife technology, which was a human from centuries ago that presented a frequency healing. And although it will work, it is not of extraterrestrial origin.
Understood. Thank you.
Um, Several channelers have recently channeled information about a big Earth rift potentially happening off the coast of California near San Francisco around February 18th, 19th. Are you able to tell us anything about that?
It is part of Gaia Terra's spiritual incarnation experience. There will be activity of shifting, and it is part of Gaia Terra's chart.
Is that something that's going to affect the entire West Coast or
That
only the
depends.
surrounding San Francisco area?
That depends on the energy that is fed to it by the humans. If the humans act in fear, they will get what they want. As you know, you manifest by the energy that you project. And if there is a large projection of fear that is created by your media, as is the case in most natural disasters, you will experience severe issues with this. It is all energy, and it is fed by the energy of those that are giving attention to it. As you saw in the Jamaica hurricane last year, it was a very terrible and terrifying storm that was advertised way before it was arriving, which gathered a collection of fear by the people, which fed the negative energy of the storm, increasing its damaging aspects to the island. It is the same with all natural disasters. Again, it is a form of control that your high level humans are casting upon the human beings that they do not understand. Turn off the news. Stop listening to these chains of information that are incorrect, that are being fed to you simply to allow them to gather energy. When you go within and you allow yourself to understand that you have the power because you are of the God source, as every single being is, you have the ability to go inside and connect to your divine connection. This will remove you wasting energy on all of these outside influences. We keep telling the human race that it is integral that they stop allowing this fear to be spread as it is, but yet it continues. So there is only so much we can do to offer guidance. If they will not listen to us, they will get what they ask for, which is usually not a very good outcome for them.
I have a question on behalf of Natalie. Um, in addition to obviously not watching the news, which would lower your vibration, and that's a good message for all of us to continue to adhere to, is there any suggestions you have with her that would help heighten her vibration level and increase her ability and confidence in channeling if she so choose to do so?
Natalie has a very strong connection to her channeled entities. She is doubtful of her abilities, and all that she would have to do is to meditate more often and allow her mind to slow down so she can connect to her heart center, which will allow the channels to come through. She has connected very easily with them in the past, but unfortunately, she has a busy life that distracts her from her time that she is able to spend going within. So, as she is able to better manage her going within time and allow herself to have it a little more frequently, the connection will pop through very, very easily.
Thank you. That's helpful. In terms of meditation, would you recommend that I meditate in a fashion to clear my mind, like clear it of thought, or should I do like a guided meditation to try and connect with guides? What type of meditation is beneficial for this kind of thing?
Any type of meditation that works for you. For instance, if you are able to go within with a guided meditation, perhaps being distracted by the guidance is beneficial for you. If you are able to sit in silence, it is challenging because the mind doesn't want to be quiet. It takes a bit more discipline where you have to have the mind quiet as it chatters, quiet it again, return to your place, and continue as if you are training a puppy. That may work for you, but do not feel that you have to fit into a mold of what anyone else tells you. Do what works for you. For instance, Kelly is unable to sit in silence because every time she tries, she gets an idea and doesn't want to lose the idea. So there goes the meditation as she goes to write down the idea. So she finds that if she listens to a tonal noise like a 432 hertz sound tone or music that includes the sound tones, it is much more easy for her to go within and enter that state of bliss. Perhaps that would work. The frequencies that will most benefit you are the 432 hertz.
432. Okay, thank you so much.
Well,
I actually have another question. Sorry to be asking so many questions. I'm learning several different intuitive skills. I've learned medical intuition and I'm trying to do the channeling, and then I'm also now learning mediumship. Do you see me is there a special skill within the intuitive world for me? Or what do you see me doing with this? Or do you understand like what I'm trying to get at, my question?
I do. Of the practices you are learning, which one brings you the most joy?
Well, I'm still learning, but right now I'm enjoying like open intuitive, and I'm enjoying the mediumship class so far, but have just started it.
I would suggest you continue learning what makes you feel fulfilled. After your class is over, practice that intuitive exercise and do what feels most fitting for you. You have a strong medical background, so your medical intuition may be what you go to. However, there is no right or wrong answer. It is what brings you the most joy, because you will be much more attuned in the practice that brings you joy, because it will help you maintain that high vibrational status that is essential for a good intuitive connection.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
I have one other question here for Kelly. It has to do with the ringing in her ears. It seems to affect her ability to physically hear other humans talk to her. And she's wondering, is there a purpose to that? And is there any way to clear that without obviously affecting whatever gifts it's turning on for her?
They are the downloads and the connection to the spiritual realm that she has been receiving for some time. It does change in volume, and it does depend on her connection and her surroundings as to the noise amount that she will be hearing, we will work to allow this to clear, because as she continues to channel more strongly, it will diminish. However, at this point, it is still necessary for us to maintain a connection, but we will allow the human hearing to be more strengthened so that she will be able to hear more easily.
What am I not wanting to see, and will seeing that something that I don't want to see return my eyesight?
Could you repeat the question, please?
Yes, based on what I'm not wanting to see, will seeing that something that I don't want to see return my eyesight?
It's possible if you will believe it to be true.
But what is it that I'm not wanting to see? I'm wondering.
It is held in your belief system. You have the power to heal your body and to heal anything wrong with you. However, there is nothing wrong with your eyes. It is a belief that there is something wrong with your eyes. Humans are programmed to receive beliefs, and they are programmed to think that they need medicine, and they are programmed to believe that they cannot heal themselves without the assistance of outside intervention, which is not true. However, their programming is so deeply ingrained and so strong that they are very challenged to overcome it, because they want to doubt things like outside guidance, because it is not something that they were programmed to believe is real, and it is usually a new experience for them. So it's a matter of mental discipline and mental work, allowing yourself to release these limiting beliefs so that you may allow the universe to work for you. You have seen stories of miracle healing that people have encountered. You have seen people regrow organs that have been removed by surgery. There are stories of people who have been near their death state and have come back and healed without intervention. It is a matter of your belief system and the strength and fortitude of your mental state to allow yourself to know 100% that that is the way it is, and that is the way it shall be. Because everything you say out loud is something that manifests. So it is important to understand how not to speak. If you speak in the negative, you may think you are repelling that occurrence from yourself. However, the universe does not hear the not portion of your statement. For instance, if you say, I do not want to fall down the stairs, all the universe understands is fall down the stairs. So you're probably going to fall down the stairs. And that is a very simple way to put it. But if you look at it from the bigger perspective, if you believe and you project the energy of that belief, it will happen. However, the doubt is what will cancel it out immediately. Anytime you doubt or experience a negative thought about, I can't heal, I can't connect with my guides, I can't do this because it's not happening to your liking as far as speed, it will shut down the process and you must start over again.